In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can build better AI acquisitions for your clients by learning how to use a 6-component formula for prompt engineering that could potentially produce you over $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So here's how to build an AI infrastructure by learning this prompt skill. And what we will cover in this video is the 6-component formula to produce greater results, as well as I'll be providing to you guys an AI agent use case prompt for YouTube transcripts, okay, and how you can use that to actually leverage it and make much more value out of one video, okay? And the reason why I want you guys to know this, because what prompt engineer will do for you is potentially you will have the toolkit of a prompt components and methods based on research. And this is not me coming up with this by myself. This is the information I've gathered from learning from an educator and a consultant within the AI industry called Liam Hartley. I do recommend you guys do check out his page and give him a follow. He's a very great consultant and educator when it comes to this, and his team at Morningside AI does a really well job in sharing the valuable information to the market so they can produce better outcomes for their clients, okay? So I do recommend that you guys check that out for sure. But what this will provide to you is you'll be able to approach problems like an engineer, skillfully apply techniques towards what you're building, as well as achieve desired performance with fastest and cheapest models possible, which would eventually put you in a position to create lightning quick and affordable AI systems for your clients that create value and makes you money. And on top of that, you would be able to find other AI members and get AI rich together, in the sense that you'll be able to build a team by delegating and automating certain parts of your business towards different locations and skills, and basically reaching out to find the right person for your team. And this will make it much more easier the more you learn this little 6-component skill set going forward with your AI agency or any business, a matter of fact, once you are trying to provide a solution or service to someone. Now, why you should take prompt engineering seriously. Now, these are the top areas that I have noticed myself, and tools and softwares that you can use AI and implement it as a solution towards any of your customers right now, which is AI voice systems such as SynthFlow, Blend.ai, and Air.ai. These are tools that you can create customer service representatives that can answer the phone for you and basically does the job of an IT or customer service rep at an e-commerce business. These tools can definitely do that over the voice, as well as you can build custom AI agents on ChatGBT store. This area right here, you can make money, but I consider this the more fun side of producing, a very fun tool to create. I do recommend, if you're now starting out, to start building AI agents on the ChatGPT store as a beginner, so you have an understanding of what it could potentially do to you due to the inputs that you provide to it and the outputs you're going to get out of it, as well as AI automation tools such as Make.com, Zapier, Airtable. I will be doing a deeper dive on these tools in the future as well, because I do find it's important for you guys to know how to use them, as well as the value they could bring for your business. The AI tools as Relevance AI, Stackflow, VoiceFlow, these are tools that you can use as chatbots on websites, WhatsApp messages, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. You can build anything when it comes to learning how to use these tools properly. And they all could generate you $5,000 to $10,000, even to $100,000 a month, or $500,000 if you're really pushing towards growing a business and team behind it that is very well and skilled in that field. Now, develop the skills needed to create anything. Now, the technique behind this, the prompt formula for building an AI systems, it works with 6 components, okay? The 6 components are role, tasks, specifics, examples, my prompt, and notes. Now, this is just the formula in a sense, but it gets a little more deeper dive into it, which comes to the technique used to maximize those performance of those 6 components. So we would think about the role as the role prompting, basically telling the AI agent what you want it to become, to play the role of. okay? Such as like, I want you to become a video editor for a podcast. Simple example as such. And the chain of thought of prompting, which I've just given you an example of, and as well as emotion prompting. Now, this is where the technique gets very, very, how to say, if you master the emotion and how to play with the writing skills behind creating this prompt, which I do have an example here to show you guys, which we'll be getting a deeper dive into as we go along with this straight, basically idea behind this formula and the concept behind as well. So the markdown formatting behind this is long prompts get messy for our sake and for large language models. We need some way to provide structure in order to outline the different components of our formula. The most effective way right now is to do with markdown, a plain text formatting syntax that is common across the web. It gives you new tools to structure our prompts with headings, blonde, lists, horizontal, and the list goes on. So the shorter your prompt is, basically the way it is structured like this is pretty long in a sense. But to get an AI or a large language model to understand the specifics of the role and the task that you want it to do, all right, this is how you need to structure it. So I put it here as the role, which is the first component, the task, which is the second component, specifics as the third component in your prompt engineering, tools as your fourth component, examples as your fifth, as well as notes as your sixth component in this engineering of AI prompting, okay? So let's break down each role a little more deeper, okay? So role component breakdown. So role is the prompting is a technique where the language model is assigned a specific role to play during the interaction. This helps immerse the model in the role and can improve the performance on downstream tasks. Example, you're telling the agent this now, okay? So you're telling the large language model that you are a highly skilled and creative short-form content scriptwriter with a knack for crafting engaging, informative, and concise videos. So this is what you're just telling the large language model, say ChatGBT in this example, what it is. We're basically giving it its description, its avatar in a sense. In this example, the role is highly skilled and creative short-form content scriptwriter is established. We already established it. And the key qualities that we provided to this within the role is it's engaging, informative, and concise, as highlighted to emphasize the model's attitude in this role. When you assign an advantage role, accuracy increased by 10.3%, meaning that you are deleting the errors that can happen within that prompt by 10.3%. So you increase the chances of getting exactly what you want to get from it. Okay? So complementary description of abilities further increase accuracy by 15 to 25%. Okay? So the main takeaway from this is select the role that provides an advantage for the specific task. Example, math teacher for math problems. Enrich the role with additional words to highlight how good it is at the task that is producing, okay? Let's jump into the task component. So the task is what most people typically throw at a model expecting a result. It is a direct description of that they want to achieve. So for example, we're telling this AI model to generate engaging and casual outreach messages for users looking to promote their services in the podcast industry, especially focusing on the integration of AI tools to scale their businesses. Your message should be direct, friendly, and tailored to the recipient, encouraging a conversation about how AI can benefit their business. So you see the way that we structured that for this task, and the notes on writing this task was always start with a verb. This is very, very important. Always start with a verb. Example, generate, write, analyze. No matter what it is, it's better for you to start off each task with a verb, an action. This is what you're telling the AI, the large language model, what to do. And be descriptive and precise while keeping it brief. So you don't want to be very, lengthy while you're creating the task. And depending on the use case, this is where you can insert a variable. Like, for example, down here, you can see that I have variables in like what niche or the offer that you're providing with the same context from the task that you're providing. So it can be going like generating engaging content in a casual outreach message to promote their niche specific service or product. And you also give it some variables to work with proceeding forward, which I will dive into pertaining to the use case that I have here for you guys, which we'll be getting into soon. I just want to clarify that I did not forget you guys on that. So then the components breakdown on the task is one technique that you can utilize in the task component is chain of thought prompting. And this involves telling the model to think step by step in our instructions, or better yet, provide it with a step-by-step process to work through each time. Example, generate an engaging, informative 30 seconds video script about whatever topic you decide to use. Let's say, gym coaching, and make content clear, concise, and easy to understand for a general audience. Using step-by-step process to ensure your scripts is top-notch. And right here, this is step-by-step process that I wrote down. So the hook, the view with an attention-grabbing opening line, something you will do as you create short-form content. Briefly explain the key concepts or ideas related to the topic. Provide 1 to 2 fascinating facts or statistics to illustrate the importance of the topic that you're providing. Describe the main takeaway or action viewers should remember from that content, and with a powerful closing line that reinforces the message, as well as review the entire script for concise and flow. And this will increase the results accuracy by simple problems by 10% and 90% accuracy boost on complex and multi-step problems. So this is a great way to basically create better products and agents out of learning this component as well. Now, moving forward to our third component for this formula when it comes to prompt engineering, we're almost done here, is the specifics. This specific section is a chance to list out the most important notes regarding the execution of the task outlined above. So you will have the role, the task, and the specifics. So you're speaking at the large language model and tell it, this is what I'm trying to, clarify and outline from the task from above. Okay? So list format allows you to easily add a new instruction as you test and improve the prompt. Of course, try not to pile a fluff here, and less is more, basically. So don't be too descriptive. Just get straight to the point. I'm pretty sure the large language model is smart enough. The AI is smart enough to actually know what you're trying to get at. If not, you may have to, but you don't have to, thankfully. And for example, of a task is generating engaging in casual outreach messages for looking to promote their niche-specific service. Same thing that we have covered before, but the specifics will be each message should have an intro, body, and outro with a tone that is informal and engaging. Use placeholders like user.firstname to personalize the introduction. This is also the specifics that you can include within your prompting, and you can go on and on with this. All right. Now the breakdown behind this is the specifics also provides an opportunity to integrate another technique proven to increase responses, to improve the response quality and accuracy, known as emotion prompt. All right, emotion prompt referring to adding short phrases or sentences containing emotional stimuli to the original prompt to enhance performance. And the research results behind this is adding emotional stimuli improve large language model performance by 8% on a simple task and 115% on a complex task. Now think about it, think about the results and the quality of product and solutions that you could provide by, going in depth into your prompting. This is compared to zero-shot prompting. And emotion stimuli also enhance truthfulness and informativeness of large language model outputs by an average of 19% and 12% respectively. Okay, so in between those numbers, it respectively provides that kind of results. An example of the specifics is, this is very important to my career. You're literally speaking from your reality towards this AI large language model. So you're telling this AI large model, hey, this is very important to my career, was most effective on the simple task. And quoting again, you could tell that this task is vital to my career, and I greatly value your thorough analysis performed best on complex tasks. So you tell it this little piece of personal information on top of what you're building, it's going to understand or learn better by that. It's going to know how crucial this is to you and how specific it wants to get the job done, how correctly it wants to get that job done. And the key takeaway behind this is adding a simple phrase like these to your specific encouraging model to engage in more thorough and deliberate processing, which is especially beneficial for complex tasks that require careful thought and analysis. Okay, so this is a very, very important component going forward. All right, fourth but not last on the prompt engineering component, the fourth one is the context. Now, when it comes to context, providing context as to what environment the large language model is operating in and where it is, why it is doing this specific task can help you further increase performance. This combines early techniques like role prompting by further clarifying who it is, what it is doing, and why it is doing that. Emotion prompting can also be used again here in this area of context, while explaining the importance of the large language models' role in the success of the business and even society as a whole. And the specific example, our company provides AI-powered solutions to businesses across various industries. We receive a high volume of emails from potential clients throughout our website context forms. Your role is to classify these emails. Is essential for our sales team to prioritize the efforts and respond to inquiring in a timely manner. By identifying opportunities and emails that need attention, you directly contribute to the growth and the success of our company. Therefore, we greatly value your careful consideration and attention to these classifications. So, in this example, what it really comes down to is you're telling the large language model, hey, look, I receive a ton of emails every day. I want you to put the ones that I don't care about in a specific section, put the ones that I may or should be looking at in this section, and put the ones that are opportunities, meaning more leads, more clients, in this section. And that's basically what you're trying to break down to the large language model. So you're giving it the option to look at the data that you're providing to it and basically use the data that you provide to it or give it access to look at through an API or however you see CSV files. It doesn't matter, but once you give it the value to look at what you're trying to solve, it's going to do that job. And it may not be fully correct at first, but it should not be that hard. After learning how to use this formula, to tweak and think like an engineer behind it so you can solve it 100% with no failure going forward. Now, the example, last but not least, the fifth component behind this is the example, okay? And in this example section, we use, let me make sure you guys see it. So in this example section, we use a technique known as few-shot prompting to increase the performance and the fine-tune response, tone, and the format and the length. This is when a number of input and outputs, example, are provided to the large language model as a part of the prompt. This allows the model to perform new tasks without fine-tuning, okay? Excuse me. Research results in ChatGBT. During ChatGPT model 3.1, achieve an average of 14.4 improvement over a zero-shot accuracy, which brought it to a 57.4% when using 32 examples per task. Now, this number of 32 examples is a little bit exceeding, but going back to the email idea is separating both any emails whose opportunities to what is spam or trash to you, to your business. The more examples that you give it, if it makes that a mistake, the more examples that you give it, is more likely that it won't make that mistake anymore. So looking at it as 32 examples, if you can produce that amount of examples towards your prompting, you have a greater chance of, you have a greater chance of producing much more value towards your clients and your business going forward. Now, the key takeaways is just provide a few examples significantly improves performance compared to zero-shot prompting. Like providing one or two is better than none. Basically, and accuracy scales with the number of examples, but diminishing results returns. Most of the gains can be achieved by 10 to 32 well-crafted examples. So the better examples, the better results. And last but not least, it is least because it's the last component that you will need to build a greater formula and become a better prompt engineering master at this point, is by understanding the notes section. And this is your last chance to remind the large language model that, hey, the key aspect of the task and added in any final details to tweak the outputs to your desired style. And the key takeaway here is your notes form a list of consistent of things like output formatting, notes example, your output should be X format. You could tell it to be specific at how you want it to produce the outputs. Negative prompt, do not do X, tone tweaks, reminders. So you can just look at this and, take this down if you would like. I'm sorry, have a little sniffer going on. So you can take this down as you like. And this is how you can increase your accuracy within your question and answer task up to even 75% of your large language model. Now, what I want to show you guys finally when it comes to pertaining to this is a little small use case for an AI agent that you can create yourself to help you use your YouTube content that you create or any YouTube content in general. Depends how you tweak it to your likings. But in this example, this is just basically an idea for me to take an AI agent, build a chatbot from that AI agent with that AI agent, and have it do specific tasks and answer specific things pertaining to my AI agency or any business model that you're currently doing. So if you would like me to send you a copy for you to understand how you can use this prompt, I can totally give it for you guys for free. Just leave a comment below or leave a like or comment. Just leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to provide you guys this list of content. Other than that, do enjoy your day. I hope this video was valuable to you guys. I really hope you get the idea behind learning how to do prompt engineering and how this can be a very, very important and massive impact towards your AI agency or business in general. It don't have to be an AI agency. It could be any business model that you're currently building and want to implement AI into it. Learning how to prompt engineer correctly, and especially with this simple 6 formula component strategy behind it, this will bring you so much more clients and leads, knowing that you can perform well in creating the best solutions to their problems. Other than that, guys, I would like to say, do enjoy your day, and I hope you guys keep building.